But hopefully this time we get to do something outside the city. I think we want to talk to Captain Orius about the fact that Jake's body basically has gone missing.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Oh, hello, love.
Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine. Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Sir, no, sir. What's the status,
Another
soldier?
peaceful day, sir. Hi, Mr. Head Honcho Legionnaire. The Source Hunter says that creep Robert stole my sheep.
And
Well, aren't you going to arrest that stinking thief?
I'll have a talk with him, madam. You, again. Do feel free to depart from Sicil at your earliest convenience.
Okay, someone Legion should arrest.
Whom would you have the Legion arrest?
How about Eklund there? I think we should. This is the one who wanted to kill the orc woman. I don't want to talk about this before I've talked with the orc lady, but I think we want to solve this because it seems to give like 1,000 experience points, even more, to complete these. Jake's murder.
Yes. Discovered anything?
Jake's corpse.
It was stolen? Gods, what a fool that Roberts is! Taking a bribe in beleaguered old Sicil. Ah, what was he going to do with that gold? Buy the largest kipper in the land? He has a lot to answer for, but not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to find this munificent body snatcher.
Even Orius has been mentioned. I suppose we basically need to investigate their personal living areas. Orius included. I need evidence, not accusations. It tends to lower their how they view me. What is it? What value is it? I don't know. Blazing old buckleable air. Curing blackjack. Okay. Fighter's abilities. Armor. Where would we then take these? I mean, where would he hide anything like a body? You can't exactly go hauling it around, so it would have to have a connection with the underground tunnel system almost. Or maybe one of the prison cells here has something that they don't want you to see. Adventurer's Field Guide Volume 2. journal there.
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
They're dead. Maybe if you talk to animals, you get the rat to do the job.
Source hunter or no, not a single non-legionnaire is...
Treasure room. Treasure room would be the place to hide things, maybe evidence lockers too. But how would you get inside? I have a feeling that the rats would be the key to basically getting a distraction going here. It's a trade we basically would need to take. I'm not so sure I want to take it, even though it could be very useful. It might be more of a different type of character, similar to, I think, telekinesis user could be very interesting to play through. What I don't want to do is try to take everything in a way to just test them out a little. I don't think that's gonna be a particularly useful character to begin with. And I want to leave things for other playthroughs.
Welcome to the town hall.
Welcome back, Source.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boys. He's always been something of a rascal. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. That band of... I don't even know what to call me.
I think we would need to get in here somehow. Basically look around. How to bypass Cecilia. Clearly there's a chance to do something. I mean, he's moving about a little bit.
What? Oh, it's you! What news?
Someone wants Victoria dead.
Someone wants to see Victoria dead? That cherub of the book? That seraph of the library? Outrageous! Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sicil, you have my permission to take drastic measures if need be.
Excellent.
What would you like to discuss? Jake, murdered? Most of the towns, as you can imagine, I've known as an all-right bloke. Apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense, the whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, as does Jagetta, friend.
Eglander the elf.
Kira Lizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is heartrending, though it seems that in the pursuit of retribution, he has himself become as great a ghoul as those that wronged him. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever harmed? I live for books, not brutality. So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Ashizum bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do?
It is but your amulet that wants as proof of your death, so why not give it to me?
My amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
Let's try a reason. It's a keepsake, no matter how precious, worth your life. Okay, it's an even battle. I wonder how the AI plays this.
You may try and trick me out of my amulet, but you will not succeed. I said you shan't have it, and that is final.
Fair enough. I'll go kill the elf. Or erase him, rather.
Greetings! These stalls are for our...
Come to see what the shift.
No. Almost stole something.
Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pesky poultry, have you?
I don't recall what was in the upstairs. Downstairs there was some food. Water.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
Assistances, pixie dust, silver ore. This would probably be very good against undead creatures. Silver arrows seem to be advertised as anti-undead arrows. Unbreakable. Pickpocketing, lucky charm. Crossbow, telekinesis, blacksmithing. It has blacksmithing, so that would be the reason I'm interested in it. Also, it seems to be cloth, so probably everyone can use it. I haven't really found a blacksmith forge, though. I feel that... Excuse me. I feel this is one of those things where a little bit of an initial investment in gold could pay off quite handsomely. But until I find a way to actually do any of that, well, smelting stuff, which reminds me, I'll take a pickaxe. Fairly cheap. I'll pay in gold. Key. So. I would have to move these things around. Maybe someone can misdirect him, it could work.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivalon's finest work up mighty fine.
Sir, no, sir.
I suppose I should view the persuasion system as who has the higher value automatically wins. I don't want to play the game. Rock, paper, scissors. I mean, anything would have been better than that.
Oh, what now? Whom would you have the Legion arrest?
Take Lynn there.
The elf. What in the name of Ahu's arse should I arrest him for?
Wants us to kill Victoria.
He wants us to kill Victoria.
It's true. He is a dangerous lunatic and needs to be incarcerated.
So he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems a crime to do so. But I guess I cannot allow assassinations to take place. I won't arrest him unless I have some actual evidence, though. Or did you think I'd simply take your word for fact? As I suspected.
So I guess I'll just go and murder him. Don't care. Just thought that this is how we should do it. Better guy at persuasion could have probably gotten the amulets, which, if once delivered, would have given him peace.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
What do you have? I got white cheese, blue cheese, old cheese, new cheese.
Let's see. Halibut.
Another thing we sort of have to keep an eye out. I think. How much gold do these guys have?
This batch is only hours from the sea.
1,100.
Don't scuttle away before you've tried some of the ocean's finest bounty. How many crab
1,100.
claws would you like? 3? 11?
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly.
There might be a couple of smaller things I can still do here. I guess I'm fairly eager to get out of the town at this point. Have I visited the cellar yet? Definitely no. Well, we could blow up the poison gas, but I guess we can just stop the trap. Simple tavern cellar chest. Decent lock levels. Okay, what exactly can I throw around a little bit? Doesn't have to be all that impressive. Not enough weight. Not enough strength.
I've spotted a trap.
You... Please stop triggering the fucking trap. Why was this trap in the first place? Doesn't look like that interesting of a place. Ah, test the chest. Don't have that. Ah. Simple key. Red fabric dye, elegant leather bracers, tormented soul. Up to your ear, the skull echoes a faint but horrible wail, like a soul suffering unimaginable tortures. Worth 400 gold. Silver ore. Slow down arrows. Poignard. Elegant leather bracers. Telekinesis and blacksmithing gloves. I sort of did not buy an item that was exactly like this. This will only use this when we are doing blacksmithing, that way the durability is not gonna go down. One-handed dagger, I guess. Level 4. More movement, more hit points. One more level up and we can use them without the AP negatives. However, the damage is so much larger that we really should. Plus grenade. Probably should spread the grenades around a little bit, especially the rogues have grenades in a quick spawn, and not some smoke grenade or shit either. Oil puddle with a 1 meter radius, and we could light it up. There has to be a potion bottle, more or less, to be transferred to an oil box. No other bottle will suffice. Molotov cocktails. Firestone grenades. Seems like this is mostly food items. The arrows also are fairly decent. I mean, I'm not really using them, but they have a decent amount of value. I'll take the empty potion bottles too. Charming arrow. A couple of charming grenades or arrows probably see us through a fight or two against the orcs, even if they are a little bit tough against us. Roasted pork dish. Ah, okay. Don't touch it.
By the filed, here I wait for thee in the dark. Yes, yes. Have you made the orc feel my name is Egland? Yes, yes. The orc, her name, Victor.
So how the hell am I going to get the evidence?
Soon the last will be beaten.
I don't see a way to do
Like
it.
the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Because I can't even close the goddamn door without it being an act of thievery.
Here I wait for thee.
Be pickpocketing something?
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
Yeah, I've been over encumbered. Okay. Trying to spot where exactly is this information made available. There.
Suruma, soul shredder. The end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
Probably a better way to do this. Yeah, the excess amount of armor is a real problem. Armors and weapons. Okay, that should ease up things a little bit. It's not enough though.
By the filed teeth of Suruma, soul shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you,
Yeah, I'm not skilled enough to keep
Victoria!
pocketing. What? Took his pocket. I need to get to the closet.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night by the needles of...
Seriously, I need you to look some...
Tinson
For God's
Dugong, you
sake.
nearly startled me out of my boots. Will you?
Here I wait for the...
Yeah, it's not gonna do any good. Maybe pickpocketing? So what exactly am I supposed to do? Getting the amulet was the obvious, easy answer, I guess. But we failed the dialogue, so we're not gonna get it that way.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night by the needles of the million bleeder. They'll end it all in... Here I wait for the...
So I can't solve this either. Unless I get pickpocketing, maybe.
Go stalking in the night by the needles of the million bleeder.
Or am I able to convince the orc woman some other way?
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
I'm trying to look for skill improvements. Seeing anything too interesting. I don't want to leave these unfinished because I need the experience somehow. Seemed like the obvious way to try to get it. Do you have something useful? Forget about you.
Providing you can afford it, I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging
Earth
swords
resistance
alongside the fabulous
movement,
five.
air resistance, hit points, lore master movement. Not necessarily a bad thing. We have 2 points of lore master we can get. Fire resistance movement, unbreakable. And that's about it. Lore master 1 could be useful against certain higher level equipment pieces. I'm not sure, I might actually... I have 2 rings already.
Alistair. Surely you've met
Lore
your
master or
match
lore
once
master,
or
right, so
twice.
it's a waste.
The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Look, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare
Do
say.
you have something?
Hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. Like our noble captain. It's very tragic news.
How fares your first quest, hero and hunter? Fabulously exciting, I'll bet.
Tom fellow.
Who? Tom? Doesn't ring.
Okay, any other quests I can do? Where's the lighthouse? That was the easiest one, I think. Out west.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Can't do anything about Cecil's mighty staff. I'll talk to you.
Oh, fancy that. A source hunter barging in when the lady of the house is fully dressed. Who could have fathomed such a thing?
Couple paintings. Anything else of interest? A key. An old key, now to find what it unlocks. I think we can reasonably be expected to steal that. Stealing might be a little bit too easy in this game. No one gives a shit and it almost never fails. What the hell did we get from there? There were at least 2 magical items. Be some usables. This game lacks the identify recently picked items option. So go through a gigantic inventory in the hopes of finding what the hell you were supposed to pick up. It's before the first hole in the inventory though. That still is quite a lot of items. Silent scroll, that's probably one thing we picked up. I don't really care what the others were. I would assume they were these. Water resistance, lucky charm, movement. Pickpocketing +1. Well. What are the chances?
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
We might still not have the actual skill to get away with the pickpocketing, but I'd like to at least see what he has in his inventory. You're not skilled enough. Oh shit. Still, we have one item that gave us pickpocketing. Didn't have to spend a penny on it. There's a good chance we can get another. Either way, it's not something we can get away with now. I might as well talk to the orc lady again, I suppose. Make sure if there are no other alternative ways to try to get her cooperation. It's either evidence or just murder the guy, and I don't want to murder the guy anymore. Basically, because everything seems to have a long-term consequence later on that just makes things a little bit harder. Still, what to do? Gotta do something. I suppose the lighthouse might be the best option then if the orcs are too much for me. At least how the game deems they're too much for me.
Torjageta, friend. Yes? Have you decided what should be done about him?
Have him arrested?
Leg Fizoda! Yes, a capital notion. Let him be brought before the law for his schemes. I am an innocent, and Eglindir would see me dead. That is a grave offense, is it not? It would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my more savage brethren have been marauding. Yes? Have you decided? Please do not press me any further. With the power of leg fizzle, it would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. Turjageta, friend.
He who smells it too.
The knight in see-through armor.
Superior axe.
Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Didn't get anything from the other one.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't
Ward
she?
speed potion. So we'll have to leave this quest for now.
Cheese on your blood for the will of the good stuff.
There just aren't that many options.
Join the
Cycial
club
guard,
if you've got an
female
eye
orc,
for farm
that's probably a
potatoes.
mistake, but I'd like to see it come to an end regardless. I'm just surprised because the obvious options seem to be lacking in almost everything.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Milk the orc
Dearest
for
customer,
information,
I've never
have
seen an
no
aura
way
so
of trying
plagued
to
by
milk
ether.
the orc for
Thank
information.
Astarte, I've
Even
just
though
the
that's the
earth
only
scroll
reason
to
we
ground
basically
you.
left the creature alive, more or less.
On the move for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this.
I think I'll go and mine some ore. Although I have nothing to
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
utilize that ore in anything. I don't have a forge or a smelter, whatever is needed to make the ore usable.
Options to be muscled.
I can't exactly put it in an oven and bake it into a metal or metal bar. I've been to Evelyn's house. Yeah, I don't still have the skill. I need a key. Not pickpocketing through that. Who's Evelyn anyway, by the way? Is it the mayor's wife? No. Or is it? I don't recall the name of the mayor's wife.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Cecilia. Charlene. I need to go outside the city. I'll make a last visit to the fair, see if there's something we can do there, although I did get the
Careful,
experience
comrades.
already.
I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark enchantments.
My Malverin spawns. You see sorcery in the clear blue sky, don't you?
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. Entertainment is Katarina's #1 export to this gloomy town.
He's a con man! Don't donate
What is it this time?
Wow.
The best in Sightseal! The best!
Don't donate your time to that charlatan!
Don't have this book yet.
Alright. He's a con man! Don't donate your time to that charlatan!
Come on!
Steel bar!
Can't you hear the stage
Actually, how do
calling
you make a steel bar?
Wow. He's a con man! Don't donate your time to that charlatan!
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sightseal, what you're made of.
Tis
Oh, beer and
Reginald,
flatulence.
the illusionist!
How do you turn something into a bar? Any metal shield and
Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
whetstone with spears or bladed weapons improves them. I have a whetstone. Oh, I need two-handed axe. I have a two-handed axe currently. Yes, I have. I have a shitty two-handed axe. That means I can.
Performers, showmen, show all
What
of
is
them.
this?
Sightseal,
Lid
what
of
you're
a barrel
made
and a rope. What the hell is that? Shield of some sort? There was an anvil in the smithery. How do you make iron bar? Any oven and iron bar is
Showmen, show all of them. Sightseal, what you're made of. Beer and flatulence.
Wow.
Actually, I'll just read the book.
Alright.
It may take some practice, but once you've got your iron bar out of your iron ore, you can make it even stronger by turning it into steel. That's right. All you need is a forge and an iron bar and some craftsmanship, of course. And learn that from reading a book. Right. How do you get your iron ore turned into an iron bar, though?
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Cedric show is a doozy! Woo!
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk.
It's all over now! Without my clients, I'll starve! I'll be thrown into the cold! I'll have to sell my favorite silk underthings just to pay for firewood! This inbred fool of a monkey has ruined me!
Performers, showmen,
Alright.
Sightseal,
This
what
is
you're
the
made of.
finest show in the land!
He's a con man!
Can you spare a coin?
Your time to that charlatan!
Right. There's a beggar living here in an abandoned house. Hello, Mr. Beggar.
1 coin or 2, noble spirit? 1 coin or 2?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits.
How did you lose it all?
A fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
Tell me more about these statues.
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul.
Take some gold.
May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger.
More information about the statues, an actual quest. I'll take it.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality?
Right. I'm not going to throw my things on a pyre in the hope that the stench of my burning trousers will please an ill-defined spirit.
Materialistic. East was the most dangerous one. Right, I think we're just gonna get the fuck out of here.
Recruits, that was sloppier than
Finally.
Again.
So, they don't want to let us out, but they will let us go here. Thing. It should have the statues at least. It should have the lighthouse too. So one way or another we should be seeing some action. Right, there's not even a gate here, there's an opening.
Baking like a cake.
Improved metal armor. Improved leather helmet.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. You're a source hunter, aren't you? They say you can talk to animals, but I, for one, won't be falling for...
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Whose invention? These days, we don't ask me.
Yeah, there's nothing preventing us from going, so we'll go.
I'm drenched.
So, the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he? Little did he expect we'd recognize the hulking source sapphire he's using to fuel it. Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us.
Considering the scope of Arhu's power and knowledge, I'm certain he knew exactly what he was doing. Like too many of his kind, he must be in league with the dark forces that threaten all of Rivellon. Yeah, Sapphire, Source Sapphire my eye, there's no hint of dark magic about that device.
To be met with such derision by my own comrade. Let me tell you a little something about. You know, if I recall correctly, a Source Sapphire does have a particular sheen about it. Yes, and I think that in fact, an authentic Source Sapphire buzzes with the trapped souls of 1,000 innocents too. Perhaps. Well, no matter if this particular gemstone is innocuous, the principle remains.
Okay. Strange cavern. Half-eaten zombies, undead swordsmen, doesn't look like anything really interesting. Not sure how much splitting maul, one-hand weapon. Totally good for splitting things. Could be a tool more than a weapon. Like you need to do it with the ore or something.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Fire isn't gonna work all that well here, is it? Air, on the other hand, should. Right, one path forward, really. Highlight an enemy and press right mouse button and select examine. The higher your lore master ability, the more you can get to know about your target. We only have one guy who actually can do something useful. Level 3 enemies. Half-eaten zombie. Poisoned. Repeating on the corpses. I want to really do anything. We could start a fire, it will go out. Blitz bolts. To go a little bit closer. How much is it? Oh, quite a bit.
Feel my electric fury!
It's not gonna stay stunned for long though. $200 weapons on the skeleton. 100 weapons. Armor Decapitator. The undead swordsman is probably not that important.
Look out! Ah!
This fire might not last long.
Let's
Let's turn up the heat.
Doesn't have to. Yeah, didn't actually meant to burn Scarlet.
Stand down before I put you down.
So it will put a debuff on him. He'll also take more damage from the fire, I think. Struck by divine light, knocked down. I think the Decapitator is by far the most dangerous one.
That ought to hurt.
The scrolls there. I don't want to throw fire on them.
Glory in this death.
Into the fray once more.
What could we do? Shocking touch. Bitter cold. Unable to move or act, but it gains increased armor rating and fire resistance. If you... The less they can move, the better. Do we have any good special attacks? Better get knocked down. More damage, more movement, less chance to hit. But he's frozen, so I'm gonna hit anyway.
Face the unending darkness.
Let's wait for the fire to go out. Avatar of Frost. Regeneration. Wooden fire staff. You can take that. What do we have now? We have an old wooden air staff for some reason. Fire staff does more damage, probably because I have more affinity to it.